Alrighty, folks, welcome to our NBA free pick video here today for Friday, March 15th, 2024. Happy Friday to you. Weekend's finally here. St. Patty's Day weekend. Might be a long one for you, a rough one. But anyway, my name is Brock Page. What have I been doing here? Oh, I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video that I actually like the best, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive chairman package that's on my premium site. I'll explain a little bit more about all that at the end of the video. I currently have, it's almost like 1,400 members who are signed up and active on my premium site right now. It's definitely over 1,300. And once again, that site is patreon.com/BrockPage. But with that, folks, I'm here to do one thing, and that's give you free picks. So let's go ahead and do it. Heat Pistons, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Miami's minus 8.5, totals 214. And even though the Pistons do collectively stink this year, it's been the Heat who's had a rough go of things here recently. They're currently on a 4-game skid, and they also failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6. And a big problem for Miami this season has been offensive production. They're in the bottom 3 in points per game on the road. They also have a losing record against the point spread for the entire season. Now, Detroit, on the other side of things, a little bit different story. They've successfully covered the point spread in 7 out of their last 10. And I'll tell you, when they play at the Little Caesars Arena, they've done a nice job against the number there as well. The Pistons are covering in 63% of their in-conference home games. Now, injury-wise, Grimes and Thompson are out for the Pistons. Cunningham's questionable. Meanwhile, for the Heat on the other side of things, Love and Hero are still inactive for them. Now, total-wise, Miami's gone 73% to the under in their road trips. They've also averaged just 107 points a night in their last 10 gatherings with Detroit. Tough time getting on the scoreboard if you're into historical trends. Now, the Pistons on the other side, they went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Pistons plus 8.5, under 214. Next game, Suns, Hornets, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 9, totals 216.5. And even though I do not like this number here, the Suns have certainly played the Eastern Conference very well. They've got a .640 win percentage in their out-of-conference ball games. And when it comes to shooting the basketball on the road, nobody's doing it better from the field than these guys. The Suns currently have the highest offensive field goal percentage in the entire NBA. Kevin Durant makes 52% of his attempts from the field this season, 42% shooting from three-land. Meanwhile, Devin Booker is second on the roster in scoring with over 27 points a game. And they're taking on a Charlotte club who lost 7 out of their last 9 themselves. And they do a poor job of guarding the field goal. These guys are letting their competition make 50% of their field goals against them in the Spectrum Center. When it comes to grabbing boards, not many teams do it worse than Charlotte. They're in the bottom 3 in both offensive and defensive rebounds. Now, injury-wise, Curry, Martin, Ball, Williams, and McGowan's are all out for Charlotte. Meanwhile, for the Suns on the other side, Gordon and Okogie are questionable for them. Damian Lee's inactive. Now, total-wise, the Suns have gone 62% to the over in their out-of-conference road games. Meanwhile, Charlotte saw 6 out of their last 9 out-of-conference home games get over the total themselves. Give me the Suns minus 9, over 216.5. Next game, Magic Raptors, 7:30 Eastern start time. Orlando's minus 7.5, totals 216. And I'll tell you, when you think of the Magic, you got to think defense. These guys grab more defensive boards per game than any other roster in the league. And when it comes to fourth quarter defense, well, you just can't score on these guys late. Magic allow fewer fourth quarter points than any other roster in the NBA. And they're facing a Toronto team who's not particularly an offensive juggernaut themselves. They're currently dead last in the NBA in shooting the 3 ball at home. And out of their last 8 contests, Toronto took the loss in all of those games except for one. They're actually second to last in the NBA in shooting from the foul line. Now, injury-wise, even more bad news for Toronto fans. Pirtle, Boucher, Barrett, Barnes, and Carton are out for the Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. is also day-to-day. When it comes to the total, the Raptors saw unders in 4 out of their last 7 ball games. They're also 63% to the under in the Scotiabank Arena. Now, Orlando went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Give me the Magic, -7.5, under 216. Next game, Clippers, Pelicans, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. New Orleans is -7, totals 215.5. And speaking of the total in this one, the Pels saw unders in their last 3 straight. Unders against the likes of the Cavaliers, Hawks, and Sixers. And out of their last 9 ball games, the under cashed in all of those contests except for one. Now, the Clippers saw unders recently against the likes of the Lakers and Kings. And out of their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with New Orleans, the under cashed in 70% of those games. Now, injury-wise, Westbrook's still out for the Clippers. Harden's questionable. Meanwhile, for the Pelicans on the other side, Dyson Daniels is inactive for them. Give me the under 215.5. Next matchup, Nuggets, Spurs, 8:30 p.m. East. Denver's -10.5. Over's 221 and a hook. And even though the Nuggets are the clear-cut favorite to win this one, they've certainly had a tough time covering the point spread this season. They've got a losing record against the number this year. And when it comes to offensive production, they do tend to struggle away from the Mile High City. The Nuggets are a bottom 10 point-producing team on the road. Julian Strawther shoots just 37% from the field. Aaron Gordon makes only 28% of his three-pointers. And they're taking on a Spurs team who does a nice job covering the number, especially recently. San Antonio covered in 7 out of their last 10. Covers against the likes of the Rockets, Kings, and Pacers. And believe it or not, folks, the Spurs have a winning record against the point spread at home against the Western Conference. And of course, the big man, Victor Wembanyama, he's the team leader in scoring and rebounds. Devin Vassal's averaging nearly 20 points a game himself. Now, total-wise, the Spurs saw overs recently against the likes of the Kings, Thunder, and Lakers. They're also 61% to the over in their in-conference home games. Now, the Nuggets on the other side, they saw 4 out of their last 6 get over the total themselves. Give me the Spurs +10.5, over 221 and a hook. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Going to be in that Hawks-Jazz game, 9:30 Eastern tip-off. Atlanta's -3, totals 222.5. And speaking of the total in this one, the Hawks saw overs recently against the likes of the Knicks, Nets, and Raptors. Meanwhile, the Jazz on the other side of things, they went 4-1 to the over in their last 5 over the past week or so themselves. Overs against the likes of the Nuggets, Bulls, and Wizards. And out of 32 ball games in Salt Lake City, the over cashed in nearly 60% of those contests. Now, injury-wise, ironically enough, both teams' top scorers are still on the bench. Lauri Markkanen's still battling that quad injury for Utah. Meanwhile, Trae Young's still out with that hand injury for Atlanta. So if you want to see whether I like the Hawks laying a bucket on the road here, or if I like the Jazz catching the 3 in Salt Lake City, this game's being featured as my NBA tier package pick on my premium site. But as far as making a free play is concerned, give me the over 222.5. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Pistons +8.5, under 214. Suns -9, over 216.5. Magic -7.5, under 216. I like the under 215.5 in the Clippers-Pelicans game. Spurs +10.5, over 221 and a hook. And I like the over 222.5 in the Hawks-Jazz game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.